You're welcome back to Hello Nigeria. It's time for us to talk to our special guest today, all the way from India. His name is ANURAG AURORA. He's a senior fellow of the Art of Living International Foundation, who has been working at grassroots level, inspiring thousands of people across India to live a happy life, healthy and meaningful life. He teaches the art of living happiness, youth leadership training, yoga, and advanced meditation programs. ANURAG AURORA, you're welcome to Hello Nigeria.
Thank you.
And nice to have you in Nigeria.
Yeah.
As you recall, we're 200 million people.
Yeah.
So many people are living below less than $1 a day. Things are hard. And it's quite a challenge to stay happy. And what's your mission here, and how can you get majority of Nigerians to smile and be happy? Because it's good for the soul.
Yeah. Yeah. First of all, it is the first thing that is necessary is having this idea in the mind that it is important to be happy. And in fact, whatever we are doing in our life, if we look at one objective behind everything what we are doing is happiness. And it's not very difficult actually to be happy.
Some people will say you need money to be happy.
If that is true, then all the rich people in the world would have been the happiest people, but they are not. In fact, they are, if you look at very closely, they are more insecure at times, more fear is there.
So what brings you to Nigeria, and is it your first visit?
I've been 12 years, I'm traveling around the world teaching happiness, teaching breathing happiness through breathing exercises mainly. And this is 4 years in a row I'm coming to Africa, different country, and twice to Nigeria.
Fantastic.
So I teach these breathing exercises and different simple techniques by which we can control emotions, we can manage our emotions better, and we can be more happy fundamentally.
So how does this process work, and what's the duration? How long does it take for somebody to master the technique or implement it on its own?
It just takes 12 to 15 hours, 3-4 days. So 3 hours a day, or for maybe 3 days or 4 days, or maybe 4 hours a day for 3 days, 2 days in fact. You can master some of these techniques. Through your breath, you can manage your emotions, and you can eliminate the stress in the mind. You know, if you fundamentally look, if there is one culprit today for most of the things we do in our life, or we are not happy because of something, that is stress.
Very true.
And if we can somehow get rid of this mental and physical stress, more mental and then physical also, we can be happy. Happiness is our nature.
How do you do it?
So if you see, nature has made a beautiful connection between the mind and breath. If you observe that, if you see somebody, if a person is very angry, their breath is fast.
Oh, yes.
And if somebody is very upset or sad, it's very difficult to breathe. The shallow breathing happens. So nature has made a beautiful connection between the breath and mind. Now this one-way traffic is always there. We can do the reverse also by working on the rhythms of the breath and breathing properly. We can change the emotions in the mind. We can get rid of the stress in the mind. And that is what fundamentally this program, this workshop of 3-4 days works on.
So when is this program taking place?
We do generally every weekend or twice a month. There are different centers here. There are 5 teachers in Nigeria who teach this program.
Okay.
And different centers, mostly on the weekends it happens, on the Friday, Saturday, Sunday. 1004 Victoria Island, there's a center we have. There it happens there almost every weekend.
So what's the difference between happiness training and yoga? Is it linked to yoga?
Yoga is, if you see, yoga also fundamentally is about finding that state of mind which is devoid of misery, which is devoid of pain, which is happy and joyful. That is the whole purpose of yoga.
But it takes a certain type of consistency and training to be able to shut your mind off all the problems in your life and just focus on that. But after the exercise, are you not going to remember your problems?
I know. It's not, you are right. You have to practice something, and it's like what I do personally is like 25 minutes, 30 minutes every day, maximum 1 hour every day in the morning. But something I learned in the 5-6 days of exercises, that it's a regular practice. Like for example, if you want to be good in music, you can learn music, basics of the music, but you practice a little bit every day, and then with time you becomes good. That's true. But as far as the initial techniques are concerned, it takes just 12 to 15 hours. And just learning those techniques, you can master in 3 days, and then half an hour every day you practice it. Stress once the stress is not there in the mind, you are naturally happy.
What do you love most about your teachings?
My teaching, people becoming happy. You know, seeing that satisfaction and contentment on people's face.
So you see the feedback?
Yeah, I see it there. You know, I was in IT industry. I was a software engineer for 11 years, and I worked around the world. I traveled. And definitely 2002, when I just started learning and doing this, the industry was not good in India. It was bad time. IT industry was going in the slum. And my company, I had a small software company, and it was stressful time for me. And then once I learned these things, these techniques, I found, you know, this is what is more important today. Rather than, you know, developing more software and making people's life more complicated.
Because at the end of the day, it's
happiness what counts.
That matters. So what advice do you have for Nigerians that have never tried yoga or happiness therapy?
I think everybody, when they do little bit of breathing, little bit of breathing exercises that everybody do, little bit of yoga everybody do, we can be easily happy. And I tell you, Nigerian people are the beautiful people actually here. I see, and there's a lot of potential. If you see people, it's a young country like India. There's a lot of potential, and yoga can make people more skillful, and employment can be more, people, leadership can be more. Everybody should do little bit of breathing, little bit of exercises, little bit of yoga. Nigeria will definitely be the glorious country what it was in the past.
ANURAG Aurora, before we let you go, can we learn a few breathing exercises?
Maybe one. So
okay.
The simple one.
Just one.
Simple one is, would you like to do that?
Yes.
So you can just, you can just fist, you can keep your fist here, okay. Hands close to your body, and you stretch your hands up and fill your lungs with the air. Because, you know, lungs we do not use much. So that's why if you stretch your hands up, your lungs will be stretched, and breathe in and then forcefully breathe out like that. Okay, so wow. if you do it 4 or 5 times like that. Yeah. So if you if you do it like 15-20 times, you will see there's vibrations and change in the energy.
I already feel the happiness. I'm very happy. I'm excited, even though I don't have a lot of money in my pocket.
Very good.
ANURAG Aurora, it's been a pleasure having you on Hello Nigeria. How can people keep in touch with you? Social media? How do we?
Yeah, I am on
follow?
Facebook. So my Facebook page is JGD ANURAG, JGD Anurag.
Okay.
Is my Facebook page, and on Twitter also I am there. It's @JGD ANURAG.
Okay, at JDD Anurag.
So you can ask direct questions or queries.
You're open to
I'm just
inquiries.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. It's been an absolute pleasure doing this interview
Thank
with
you.
Okay, we'll go on a quick break, and when we come back, it'll be time for us to look at Today in History. Do stay with us.
To enjoy more of these our Ogbonge videos when you just watch, press this button to subscribe on top of our YouTube page. You go love am.